And now listen to the message of the All About You group.
Hi everyone. As we promised you last week, we are recording this podcast to bring you a very special message. And I have Sylvia with me and Moti. But
hi girls. Today
we are not alone. Joining us, we also have Marcia from Peckham, Rita from Finsbury Park, Helena, our Love Talk presenter, and Tania from Haki. So, Sylvia, why don't you let everyone know what you are talking about today?
Hi Claudia, and hi everyone. So today it will be an extent of our last week's meeting. Last week we spoke about our relationship with God and our relationship with our husbands as well. But today is going to be special. Today we're going to speak about relationship of mothers and daughters. And for that, Moti, do you want to tell us who do we have in the studio today?
Well, we have a mother and a daughter, so we're bringing you two sides. We have Rita Oliveira and Carla Vieira.
Hi friends, how are you? It was a great pleasure to be with you.
So, indeed. Yeah, Rita and Carla are going to be, that was Rita by the way, that was Rita. And Carla, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everyone. I'm happy to be here with all of you.
Yeah, so Rita and Carla are going to be sharing their experience as mother and daughter, and they're going to be showing us what makes their relationship work. Carla, would you say your mom is a good mom?
An excellent mom, I can say.
Wow.
An excellent mom. Not a good.
That's what every mom wants to hear. And Rita, would you say your daughter, Carla, is a good daughter?
She's a beautiful, from inside out. She's been a great privilege to have her and to have her as my daughter. Well, it was not easy when she started to be a teenager, but you will know more about it.
Yeah, I believe every mother can identify with that phase when their daughter becomes a teenager, isn't it?
Yes, and we want to know everything, okay? Carla and Rita, please.
I don't think we have enough time to talk about everything. It's a long way. It was a long way, but we overcame that, don't we?
Yes, we did. A long way, but yes, we did.
So tell us what made this relationship work. First, from your point of view, Rita, how did you try to be a good mom to your daughter? What made it work for you?
What happened for me, I learned along the way because I have to understand, because I am a mother, I cannot impose her or to be like you have to do this, you have to do that. I have to make her understand. For me to make her to understand, I have to go down to her level and to understand her at the same time and go together with her to bring her closer to me. And that's what I did, and I learned through the difficult moments that I went through. And this really helped me, and to make her to understand as well, of course, never allow her to disobey or not to understand who am I, because I was a mother, but also the best friend that she has. And this really helped our children to trust in the mother. And when we are together with them, make them to trust as a good friend, because many times if we don't give this space to our daughters, our children, what happens? They're going to look for this outside with the wrong crowd, and this is a danger.
But normally, Moti and Sylvia, many people know mothers. When you spoke about mothers, just when listen something like this, many people say, but it's too hard. Mm-hmm. How can I imagine? Because for you it's easy, very easy to manage, to do things like this. But you don't know my life. You don't know nothing about me. I need to go out to work, to do many things, to provide my house. So how can I have the same condition like Rita?
Mm-hmm. I have to go out to work. I was working as well outside. I have a life as everybody outside. I remember I used to go to work 7 a.m. and come late, and I still have to be a mother, a wife, and do my work as to fix the house, to cook, to clean. I don't have nobody to help me. And this was I appreciate these moments because that's the moments I have to be more close to her, bring her closer to me, and ask her, honey, I need your help. And this helps us so much to grow together. And in the end, we are helping her. We are helping our children to be a better mom, a better wife, a better friend, because they learn how to do things, not perfect, but to keep the house in the right way, organized, something that will please the husband. If the husband is happy, both of them will be happy.
Yes.
And that's what I try, and I did, and the work, to be sincere, works.
We're going to put you to a test. We're going to see if it really worked.
Yes.
By asking Carla. Carla, now we want to hear from you. Growing up, what are the things that you remember about your mom that today stand out, things that she did that are so important to you today, that you carry with you today?
One of the things that I could say was the biggest was responsibility. It was one thing that she always taught us, like me and my sister, to always have responsibility. One thing that I always wanted to do is free will. I like to do my own thing, and I said, no, I want to have my own time. You always want me to cook, to clean, to organize. And not only that, but even with certain things like she used to give us pocket money. Mm-hmm. I remember she used to give us like sometimes £2, sometimes 5. Well, that was rands at that time. Sweet. And for us to be responsible, she says, if you waste it, there's no more. So there's no sweets for you. There's nothing.
This was to encourage them. This is very important.
Exactly.
And also for them to know how to manage the money, because if we give everything easy to them, they don't give value.
Exactly.
And this will destroy them.
Mm-hmm. So I used to keep it because I knew that with that, she would never used to buy anything that we wanted. She would give her that and say, you save it to get what you want, or you spend it on sweets, and that's it. For your month, that's it. So I used to save and save. So that was actually good because I learned how to save in a point. Some people might say, but she's so young, why are you going to give her money? But it was a thing for us to learn how to manage our money, how to be responsible. And in a way, at that time, I used to complain with her, like, why are you telling me not to spend my money? It's mine. You gave it to me. I can do what I want. But she used to sit there, one day you're going to give value to what I'm saying. I'm like, no, I won't. I won't give value. But indeed, now I can say I do, to learn how to be responsible. That was like the biggest one for me. That was the biggest. So today, it's like totally different. If it wasn't her teaching me one step, I remember I was like 6 years old. She was there at the stove and she used to call me, Carla, come here. And then I'm like, okay, Mom, what do you want? Come, watch me. And she used to there doing the rice and things, and I was seeing her. From there, start to grow a desire of wanting to learn how to cook, isn't it? Learning. Yes. She used to be there fixing the room. I used to go and see what is she doing. And that started
wonderful story. It's wonderful.
And she used to help me. The good thing about it, she used to help me. I was calling her, come and see how to do it, and help me. I need your help. And we make fun with things. We do things together, but we didn't do things like so seriously. We play, doing things, but at the same time enjoy what we were doing, and this really helped us so much.
So Sylvia, nowadays you can realize many mothers don't see this kind of opportunity like opportunity.
It's true. Yes, don't see things like this as an opportunity, because every time a mom, even if it's just sometimes 15 minutes, 20 minutes, sometimes it's just washing the dishes together. It's a time to be with her daughter, her son, in this case, her daughter. It's a time to stay together, to see how she's doing, to see her reactions, and to be a friend.
Yes, nowadays mothers really complain about the soap. No, I'm the one wash because I need to save. Because if she wash the dish, she
spends a lot of soap.
Exactly.
Yes.
So you see, what you're saying is very true, Claudia. they are focused on themselves.
Exactly.
They are always focused about, my time. What you said, I work a lot, so I don't have time. I mean, what's the common word there? I. Oh, I'm too tired now. I'm not patient. I don't have patience now. So they give video games and they give distractions to their children so that they don't have to be bothered. And that's one thing about being a mom that I see in your relationship, is that you were always focused on your kids. Like you were saying, you would work a lot. You had to wake up early. You had to come back home and still you worry about cooking, fixing the house. And I think if you were to focus on you, you'd be tired. You wouldn't have the patience. But that was not a priority to you.
Now, even though the thoughts of Claudia was mentioned about spending, sometimes breaking the dishes, but you know what? I said, what is this? This is nothing. What about my daughter, her future? I'm investing in what I'm doing, and one day she's going to be even better than myself. And we're going to arrive there, yeah? She's married for a month. Mm-hmm. And,
she left mommy's house.
Yes, I miss her so much.
It's still a sore subject, but we're with you, Rita.
Yes.
We're here for you.
But today, her husband, I heard from where he's working at the moment, the person is in charge of him, that he always say good things about, even to the people. He tells my wife, she's I cannot wait to go home. I miss my wife. Oh. She's doing things so nice for me. She cooks so nice. She takes care of the house, my clothes. Wow.
And where did you learn all of that, Carla?
So all the sacrifice coming true. The result is wonderful.
Today.
So that's the point.
That is it. Go on, Sylvia.
I just wanted to say something about Carla as well. Carla, just a question for you. Did you always thought that your mom was doing this because she loved you? Because we have many teenagers listening to us that they just think, you know what, my mom don't understand me. You know what, my mom looks like that she just takes the time that you had to get just to tease me, because she doesn't understand what I'm going through. Did you pass through that? Do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, I did actually. At first it was like I thought she was using me in a way, like using me. It's like, she's tired, so probably now she just wants to take that moment for me to go and do the things. I never saw it as she wanted to teach me. I saw it as she wanted to use me. And I even told you, why do you always call me? You want to use me? It's because you're tired. I'm also tired. I went to school. I used to go and say, I went to school as well. I did this and this and this. So we are both at the same, level. And
so not knowing, no relationship is perfect, right?
Exactly.
No, it's good, but it's not perfect. Yeah,
True.
go on.
It was just like that.
Yes. That's the reason why this is working for help.
Yes.
Because imagine if everybody's the same.
Yes.
So it makes sense.
So I also had my arguments and say, see, I did this and this and this as well. So I'm also tired. So, I also have my time to rest, and not seeing that she was there trying to teach me. And she sits there, Carla, it's for you to learn. One day you're not going to have me. She used to always say this. Mm-hmm. One day you're not going to have me. And then what you're going to do? You're going to be there asking people to do it for you? You need to learn from now. And I was like, okay, I'll try. Then I used to go there and do it. But slowly... slowly I still love it afterwards. And to go naturally and just do it.
And today you're reaping the fruits for it, because you have a husband who admires you. Thank you.
1 month of marriage, she already says that, wow, my wife is the best. So see, that's really good.
Everyone can have the same life. Mm-hmm. The same special life.
Yes.
But people need to trust themselves as well.
Yes.
Was something that I heard many times about the teenagers saying, Mom, you don't understand me. You are too old now. You don't know the days that we are living today. This is wrong. It's not true. Mm-hmm. It's not true. This is a discipline inside of our house.
I used to say the same about my mom. I used to say, you're just too old-fashioned. The world has changed right now. But now that I'm older, I realize the world doesn't change that much. The years go on, but the experiences are all the same. Exactly. Thank you, Carla and Rita. Your story is very inspiring. So, friends, what is it that you take? What is it that you take from this story? go down to your children's level, be friends,
Exactly.
teach them how to be prepared for adulthood, and make it your responsibility. Don't teach begrudgingly, or you have to learn this, but be a friend to them and teach them through friendship, and make sure that when they grow up, they are prepared to face adulthood. Now, next, we're going to be talking about another relationship, special relationship. Tell us what we're going to be talking about soon.
Something that we women will love, to have friends, friendship.
Yes.
We love it. And here in the studio, we have also Marcia. Hi, Marcia. How are you doing?
Hi, how everybody?
Good. Marcia, do you want to tell us what is friendship for you? How can you define it?
Well, I believe friendship has to have a balance. So this is something I really want to share because it happened to me. Sometimes we do need to question ourselves and ask, what is it that I have with this person? What kind of friendship I have? Am I being influenced by her? Or am I influencing her, or there is a balance here? Because I remember that I had a friend before, and I was influenced by her. So I was never influencing her in any area of her life. And I believed, because of that, I believed everything she said about me. So I remember in the beginning, everything looked so fine, and I liked her. We used to go out together, and I started admiring her. And suddenly she would say to me, you know what, you're so nice, you're my friend, but you need to change here and you need to change there. Okay, that was fine. But then she started telling me that I had a big nose, or my hair was ugly, or my body was out of proportion. And then I believed that. Then bad roots started, growing inside of me. And now every time before I would leave the house, I was, all right, let me hide my body because I'm ugly. Or let me do something about my nose, or I don't want people to look at me. So suddenly I was living like that. I was a free person, but because of this friendship now, I was like hiding myself, afraid of others, of what people would think about me. And that really messed up my life. So I lived like that for a long time until someone noticed and called me and advised me, and I realized that I was wrong. So I was never influencing her in any way, but I was being influenced by her and had a bad effect in my life. So many people, maybe they are listening to us right now, and they have to measure the level of this friendship. What is it that's happening? Does both of them, they talk, they share the experiences, but they respect each other, they are not like 100% one only influencing the other. They have a balance in this friendship.
Lovely.
Friends have they weigh a lot in our lives. The opinion of our friends weighs a lot. So if there isn't a balance, you can end up going the opposite way. I want to know from you, Marcia. Well, I believe many of us want to know, how do you turn around this friendship? Did you fix it? Did you exit and look for better friends? How did you then come back from that situation where you were being influenced in a terrible way, and come to pick yourself up?
Yes, in the beginning, when I found out what was happening, like my eyes were open to it, to the reality that I was living, I was shocked. And it affected me because I liked that person a lot. I saw her like, she was my best friend. I never had any bad eyes. Like, she's doing that. She had another intention. She wasn't helping me at all. So what I did, I called her and I ended this friendship, because that wasn't a friendship at all. I cut that friendship because I realized that wasn't doing any good for me. And how many people also, they are listening to us, and they are influenced by the way the friend dresses, or her hairstyle, or makeup, or she has a boyfriend, I have to have a boyfriend. So she lives a life, but it's not hers. She needs to stop and think about, how is my life? Who am I? Am I Marcia? That's what I questioned myself.
Fine,
I had to find out if what I was living was myself, or I was living somebody else's life.
This message is very powerful because many people nowadays try to copy.
Yes.
Don't have this personality. Don't see ourselves like I can do it. I am the one can take care about myself. I look to a mirror and I'm the one say I'm a beautiful woman. I can manage my dress. I can the way I am.
Yes.
But people try to now to me it's you are the best. Your hair, the way you dress, the way you take care about yourself, I love it so much. So I want to do the same like you do. I want to be like you. It's not exist.
Yeah, and we see that mainly, not only but mainly in young girls, right? Young girls are, there's a lot of influence around them. We have a lot of many girls around them. And they have a lot of other girls around them, and many of them are easily influenced, like you were saying. Instead of, exerting their personality, defining who they are, and deciding to influence others or even be a good example to others, they choose to put aside their good morals. Some of them learn good things at home, and they choose to put aside their good morals to follow these people that they have now come to admire. Whereas if they were defined and they decided, no, I am going to be who I am and I'm going to take care of who I am, then they would have easily influenced other people for the better.
Yeah, nowadays, like you spoke now, and Marcia, it's always like this. The influence is so powerful outside. In these words outside. It's if my hair, it's pink, okay. Okay. That is good. Everybody wants to use the same color of hair, pink. It's blue, okay. So don't have your personality.
Yes.
People doesn't understand what's good or not.
Yes.
Just follow it's wrong things or good things. People doesn't care. Nowadays, people doesn't care. If, it's the weather, it's raining or sun shines outside, doesn't care. What does she use? What is the best for her? Because people, one point, I don't know if I try to put everything now for people to understand. It's always like this. I have my friend, she have a good shoes, so I love her, because of the pair of shoes I love so much. But only you, the friend, bought the pair of shoes, and she knew about the price. But who knows how the way she
receive that shoe. It's true. Because you see someone wearing something, you don't know how they paid for it. You don't know what they had to go through in order to be able to afford to buy. And maybe it was something bad that they had to do.
And people try to do the same things. Don't matter what, no matter circumstances, but I want to have the same pair of shoes as well. And people just follow what they think, this is good. No. You need to be like you are.
Yes.
Look to yourself. You need to realize, I am the unique. I am the best. I can do things. I can do better things because nobody is like you.
Yeah. And what about you, Helena?
Hi, guys. Yes. So I'm listening to all your stories and I find it so interesting. But with me growing up, I was always a bit of a loner because I don't know why, but I was never kind of invited to sleepovers, like it's very typical usually, or birthday parties. I don't know. Maybe I was too shy. I don't know. Well, and never mind. It's in the past. But when I started having friends, making friends in high school and everything, I had to literally come out of my cave, because perhaps that's why I didn't have friends in the past. But the thing is, as I made friends, I was like Marcia, a bit like her. I lost my personality completely because for the first time I had friends, that would make me feel important and loved and everything. I wanted to please them all the time.
I wanted to please everyone. They could say to me all the most horrible things. Even if they were like toxic friends, I would never be able to see because I was so needy. So I would, forget about my principles and just live by their principles. Let's do wrong things. Okay, I'll just follow you. Let's lie. Okay, let's lie. So I wanted to please. I became a pleaser. But then after, of course, things changed. I came to God and I learned my value and loving myself and everything. And something that I had to do was to reach a balance, choose my friends carefully because I needed to protect my faith.
Right, yes.
So I was a teenager when I came to the church, and then, it's not an easy time. You are very much influenced if you're not careful. So I had to make sure that I was always very watchful that people outside wouldn't influence me, but that I would influence them, if that makes sense. I wanted them to come to God and know the God that I know and be happy like I was. So I became friends with some people and everything. But then the balance where, and this is what I want to talk about. There is a very fine line that should never be crossed. And since you guys introduced me as the Love Talk presenter, let's talk about love.
Yes.
Why? Because talking to quite a few people who come to us for advice and emails that come to us, we see that sometimes, because women, we love to socialize, we love to talk, share. This is how we unwind. This is how we, but there is a line. And many people, they share too much with their friend. They talk about their intimacy. They talk about the spouse's mistakes and how they are, what they do, what they don't do. And they end up, how can I say, exposing their nakedness. Do you understand what I mean? It's just a bit, there is a line, yes.
And when you do this, you are asking the other people to come into your life and to give you advice. So it's going to be really hard to take them
Exactly.
off.
Yeah, you are allowing the person to cross the line.
Cross the line. And then to go back is going to be really hard.
So that's something I wanted to make sure I mentioned, because this happens quite a lot. And then that's when you hear stories, I found out my friend was having an affair with my husband or my boyfriend, because you are giving too much. You are talking about things that are sacred, that are just between you and your husband. But yeah, with me, going back to myself, I think it's important, and that's something I try to practice, to make sure you give the other person space. For example, I have very good friends, closer than my sister, just like it's in the Bible, like it's written in the Bible. I have friends that are closer to me than my own sister, but I have to make sure that I set boundaries. Because it's like Marcia was saying, we need to be careful not to be influenced and be like other people. We need to make sure that we know where we stand in that friendship. And in my case, like I was saying, set boundaries. For example, there's times I love to be around my friends. I love it. I feel so happy and I learn so much. But there is a time that as a friend, you need to respect the person's quiet time. She needs to be by herself. Maybe she's tired. She's genuinely tired. So don't put pressure on the person. No, you never go out with me, or you never call me.
Don't be a needy friend.
There has to be a balance, because
Be a good friend.
yeah, exactly. A good friend is not the one who is always calling you, but she prays for you. She remembers you.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So that's how I've matured along the years when it comes to friendship. And this is something that for me is very important. There has to be a line. There has to be respect. You can't just come to your friend and tell them everything.
We're good friends as well. Here together.
We have here
we have here Rita and Carla's daughter. Well,
Yeah, so we can't always come and say what we think whenever we feel like it. We need to respect people.
Absolutely.
And that's what I want to say.
Tania
has a different side of things, right?
Hi,
The
everyone.
opposite of Helena.
Yes, I was the opposite. I was someone that I was very popular since I was a teenager, and
all everybody at school would admire you. People would want to be around you.
I can imagine you, Tania.
She's still popular, by the way.
Popular around that.
you know, just by the simple fact that it's very easy for me to make friendship, if I can say. It's because I'm very open and I can speak a lot.
Bubbly, right?
Exactly. So people would take advantage of it. So then I would have problems about it. But the main focus that I want to speak here is that behind that popular girl was someone afraid.
Wow.
Yeah. Because when I come up to discover who I was, I didn't have any personality. I wanted to be someone like so and so. I would be a bit of my sister, a bit of the other friend. I would have the courage of the other one. I would have the nose, like Marcia was saying, of the other one. So, but everything was covered in that girl that supposedly was very popular. But inside, she was afraid. She was afraid to be who she was.
So your popularity was, in a sense, a way of hiding.
Exactly.
So you were popular because you kind of fit in. You made everybody happy, kind of people pleaser in a way, isn't it?
Exactly.
So if you want me to be this kind of person, I'm going to be just to please you and to gain you. And if you want me to be this kind of person, I'm going to be. So you were not who you were.
For a long time. And I remember that this just come to an end, or start to come to an end, when a true friend come to me and told me the truth. And this is something that, for me, is the way I identify a friend, is when she's able to come to you and tell you the truth.
Yes, absolutely.
And she
That's a
told
good
me,
friend. Yeah.
she told me,
Many people, they think that this is not the good friend. They think that, look, she's always so nice, and today she told me that. But it's the opposite. It's because she loved you. That's why she did what she did, right?
You know, if you've had to tell anyone the truth, you know how hard it is, right? It's very hard for you to come to someone and tell them something that's a criticism. So only someone who's not looking at themselves, they are moved by their love for you. Only someone would do that, because otherwise it would be easier to say, no, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to ignore and pretend I'm not seeing anything.
and I can even remember, like, if I was there now, her eyes looking at me. But she was so strong to tell me, Tania, you have no personality. You gossipy. You do this. You do that. It's not because you are not a good girl, but because you are hiding who you are. You don't want to face who you are. And she was so bold that day that I had no words to tell her, because it was the truth. I just cried and cried and cried, but she helped me. And as you said, she was not looking at herself. She was looking at me. She was caring for me, because she was bold enough. She went through the risk because she could lose my friendship. I could say, stop here, and this is not your business. But no, she was very bold, and that from that moment, I started looking up to myself. I started seeing who Tania really was, and I had to start giving steps in my faith and start all over again and start building a relationship with God, because it was the only way for me to face who I was. And then I start to...
Also, many people try to change their self, like their appearance, you know, to put many things, not because, like she spoke now, about their friend, they try to, any circumstance, situation, she try to imitate, to do things like her. But because She doesn't want, because she, inside of her,
She's yearning for acceptance.
yes.
She wants that friend to
Thank
accept
you.
her and to say,
Yes.
to approve of her, right?
Exactly.
And I think something that we're learning that's becoming like a common theme in what all of you have said is that you need to define who you are. It cannot come from other people, right? If you are not defined, then you can't. There's no way that you can love other people. You can be good to other people if you're not first good to yourself. You're not going to exist. You're going to disappear. For you to be able to give wholly to people, give in a good way to people, like to be a good friend or a caring friend, it needs to begin with you defining who you are for yourself.
It's true. And with that, you need to love who you are. You need to accept it. And then you need to say, yes, this is what I am. So I need to face it. And you have to love. Whatever you need to change, you change. But you need to love yourself first. I think that's the main thing. Because if you don't like what you see in the mirror, what do you have to give to others? You have nothing to give to others.
Unfortunately, time is running out. We're coming to an end. But we've been talking about the role of a woman. We started last week in our relationship with God, in our marriage. We brought you today the relationship between mother and daughter, and we brought you the relationship with friends. And all these relationships have one thing in common. If you want a successful relationship in any relationship that you're involved with, one thing is the common denominator of all those relationships. I mean, for them to be good, and that is, you can't be a selfish person, right? You can't be in that relationship thinking about you, thinking about what you're getting from this relationship, thinking about, for example, if Rita was focused on her, she would not have had the time to teach her daughter how to become this woman that her daughter is today. And if Carla was just focused on her, she would have rejected all these lessons that her mom would teach. So she had to set aside and understand her mom. She had to set aside how she felt and understand her mom. The same thing with friendships. If Marcia had continued, focusing on her, she would never have had the time to stop and take in advice and decide, you know what, I'm going to move in. Mm-hmm. I'm going to move on from this relationship, because it's very hard to take that decision. Same with Helena, and Tania. All these stories that we're bringing you, you cannot be a selfish person if you want a successful relationship.
It's true. You have to give, so then you can receive as well. So it was very strong. Since our last meeting, we learned that we have to give, and then for us to receive as well. And then I would like to ask you that are listening to us in this moment, if you in this moment you see that everything what we spoke was for you. So if you want us to make this prayer for you, I would like to ask you that you close your eyes right now, because we are going to make a prayer for you. We are going to ask God for you. So the other side that you are listening to us, speak with God in this moment and take this opportunity for you to change in whatever you need to change. If you need to change with your daughter, if you need to change with your son, if you need to change in your friendships, know this. It starts first inside of you. And God is here. He is there with you to help you. So let's talk to God right now. My Lord and my Father, in this moment, my God, I ask you for this lady, for this young woman, this woman that is on the other side, listening to us in this moment, wherever she is. She may be at work, she may be at home, she may be around of many people or alone. My God, but I'm sure somehow you touched her with these words that we spoke here today. My Lord, give her the strength that she needs for her to change. Give her the strength, my Lord, that she needs. Be with her right now. Show right now, my God, that you are there. Telling her, come, take my hand. I'm with you. I'm going to help you in this journey. My Lord, give her your light. Give her, my God, your light right now, my Lord. Give her in this very moment. In Jesus Christ's name I ask you.
My Lord and my God, in the same way that today I can say that I am happy, and I'm a happy daughter, and that was only through you. You were the one, my Lord, that helped me through. Help me to understand, because it's not easy. There probably is young girls there that, they wanted to make a difference. They wanted to be happy in the house, but they don't have the strength to do so. They think that it's a waste of time, that it's not worth doing all those things that their parents asked them to do. But now I can say, I was thinking the same way, that I thought it wasn't worth all that. Like she was using me. But now I can thank her. I can thank her for that patience that she had with me. She had much patience with me. But today I can thank her, because today I'm a different woman. I can say that wherever I go, I will make the difference. But that was only through my mother. My mother gave me the strength to make the difference. And the same way with these young girls that are going through the same situation that I went through, the same strength that I received, they receive right now. The strength to change, the strength to become a woman that the mother can relate to and say, what a wonderful daughter I have. And wherever they go, they can speak about that daughter because she made a difference in her life. So I bless each and every one of them. And I give the strength to the mother as well, who is going through hard moments with her daughter. But in the same way that my mother had the courage, that she will receive as well. In Jesus Christ's name.
Yes, my Lord. I ask you at this moment to visit each mother, each daughter, my God. They are listening to this program. And I ask you, Lord, give them the strength. I ask you as well, my God, to make them a virtuous woman, because they will make the difference. And with you, nothing is impossible, my God. I ask you, Lord, visit each one of them. We determine here now the victory, and many testimonies will come through this program, my God, because I know I went through that, and I know what you have done in our life, my God, and I have the results today, and I could see with you everything is possible. You are the God of the impossible, my God. If we try to do by ourselves, we are not capable to do it. Only with your help, only with the assurance that you can control us. When we give everything in your hands, my God, we trust you, my God. I thank you for this great moment, and we determine the victory. That's what I ask you, Lord, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Thank you, my God.
Amen. And that's it, friends. You are blessed. You are blessed to become a giver, yes, who is going to receive a lot from what you are giving, right?
Yes. Now no one can hold you anymore. God is with you, and I'm sure that from now on you're going to be blessed, love yourself, and be a good friend, good mom, good daughter.
You can do
whatever.
it.
Yes, you can.
And don't forget about next week.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll be here.
Back. Yes.
Yes.
We're going to be back in Finsbury Park, and those of you who join us through other branches,
yes, 5
we will
p.m.
be connected through conference. Same thing as always, 5 p.m.
And also all comments.
Yes. Yeah. Because we cannot see you, we would love to hear from you. We really missed being face-to-face with you.
Yes.
So the best way to connect now is for you to leave us your comments and
please
let us know what your thoughts, what have you been. Let us know how you've been touched through this meeting, or through this podcast. Right?
Thank you for listeners. See you next time.
See you next time.
God bless you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Nice being with you.
Join us every Sunday at 5 p.m. in the All About You meetings.